In Lesson 4 of Diagramming Sentences, I'm going to add a little bit of complexity now by putting some complements into the sentence. Now, I'm not complimenting it, telling it how pretty it is or how attractive it is, but instead, I'm going to add to it. I'm going to put some words in here that we haven't used in previous lessons so that we can build upon the base of the sentence, and these are words we use all the time. Probably the most common word you use is the, and a and an all over the place. Three small words, a, an, and the, happen to be the articles in our language. We call articles adjectives, and these adjectives tell us which one. So, let's look at them. A and an, depending on whether or not the word they precede starts with a vowel, are known as the indefinite articles. The, which is the only one in the entire language, is known as the definite article. And I like to think of it this way. We know exactly which one you're talking about if we say, hand me the apple. But if I say to you, hand me an apple, you don't know which one to give me. Any one would do. That's indefinite. But if I say the, then you definitely know which one I mean. That's why we call them definite and indefinite. A could be any one, but the is a specific one. And so these articles are used almost every time you write a sentence. And because of the number of articles that you're going to be encountering when you diagram sentences, we are going to have you put them in there. And I think this is very easy to do because they work as adjectives. Any adjective is going to be used in this fashion. So I'm going to give you a sentence right now that has the article in it, and it's going to be pretty basic, and it's going to be, the dog barks. This basic sentence is easy for us to diagram. We already are going to use the established procedure that I've given you, which is to find the predicate first, or the verb, by looking for what's happening in this sentence. What's going on in this sentence? Well, there's barking going on, and so I now know that I can say that's the predicate or the verb. Barks. Then, when I'm done with that, I have to say who or what barks of the verb. Who or what barks? Easy. The dog barks. So again, I know dog, but not the dog, just dog. Once that's done, I now have to go in and look at the, because I have to use every single word when I'm diagramming. So how do I do that? Well, the modifies or complements dog. It tells which one. Anytime you are finding out which one it is, it's going to be an adjective. An adjective is a word that modifies or complements a noun or pronoun. There's more to it later, I'll give it to you. But for now, for the sake of diagramming, we have to make sure that every word that complements or modifies the subject is on the left-hand side. Everything that goes with the subject is on the left-hand side of the baseline. Everything that goes with the predicate or the verb goes on the right-hand side. So in this case, we have to put the over here on the left-hand side at a diagonal underneath the word that it's modifying. And that's how it's done. It's really done that way every time. And so, in this case, the article is an adjective. It's telling which one. Now, had I gone in here and added some words to it, I could have said, the big dog barked. And in that case, I put big here. I draw a diagonal line here. And then I'd rotate big here. And we could have it that way. And I could have the big black dog barks, or I could have the big black happy dog barks. And they'd all be on diagonal lines underneath the word dog that they were describing. Which dog? The dog. What kind of dog? Big dog. And so on. Those are all adjectives. They all modify the word on the subject, which is dog. And we haven't done anything with barks yet, because those would be adverbs, and that will come with the next lesson. So, diagramming sentences with the indefinite articles also tells you how to dialogue with adjectives. and they tell which one, how many, how much, what kind, and so forth. And so if you can understand that, you're now learning that by learning to diagram a sentence, you also can learn the parts of speech really quickly, and that's because once you learn which word that they're modifying, you then understand the relationship they're having with that word. If I said the 3 big dogs barked, 3 would also, because numbers. If I said what color, the yellow dog barked, that would be describing the dog. That would be another adjective. So adjectives are words that describe nouns or pronouns. And in this case, they'd be on the left-hand side. Okay, that's pretty simple, but it tells you basically what you need to know. So let's move on to the work. Let's give you a sentence. We'll draw the baseline first. And so you're going to do that on your paper. And then we'll draw the divider. So we'll get the vertical in there. And now here's your sentence. I'm going to make this a little bigger for you. The big yellow cat yawned. Okay, so I'm going to give you a minute or two to figure this out. I just want to remind you of something, that any words that describe cat, will be over here on the left-hand side, underneath using diagonals. And then any words that modify the predicate or the verb will be over here. Now I'm going to tell you there aren't any here. So all you have to worry about is the big yellow. Okay, press pause and then come back. Okay, you're back, so let's now do this. We know that we have to find the verb first, so it would be yawn. That's what's happening here. Yawning is occurring. So there's the verb. Now we want to take and ask who or what yawned. We know that's easy. It's a cat doing it. So, cat. Once we've done that, we then have to go and find all the other words. Now you learned about the articles, so you know that we have the. The is the definite article. So we're going to type in the, and then we'll put it underneath, and it tells which one. So it's an adjective describing which one. Next, we have 2 more words. Well, what does big modify? What's it describing? What word is big? The cat is big, and so it's going to go underneath again, acting as an adjective. So the cat is big. And we put it in the order that they occur. You might note that too, that if it was the big yellow, which it is, we'd put the first over on the left and then move to the right with the other adjectives. So there's one more word, and I bet you know what's yellow, huh? It's not the yawned, it's the cat, because yawned isn't a the. Yawn can't be, it's an action. So we'll just type that in, yellow, and then we will place that where it belongs, and we can look at that sentence and say we did it. And that's what you should have had on your paper. The only thing you might have had that I didn't is I should have had a period in here after the word yawned, but I didn't put it. My mistake. Sometimes teachers are wrong. Quite often we are. Always question us. Okay, there you go. Now you need to go on and work on your work, and we can call it a week. Thank you very much for your work this week, and use this if you need to. Thanks.